Have you ever heard about entomological box? If you like animals, especially insects and arachnid, you might like this kind of hobby. In this video, you will learn everything about it. But what is entomological box? First, let's take a look on the word entomological. This word is an adjective derived from the word entomology that comes from Greek roots and can be broken down into two parts to understand its root and meaning. First, entomon means insect and logia means study. And putting together these two words, the meaning is the study of insects. So entomology is a field of zoology that studies everything about insects, the biology, behavior, taxonomy, ecology, and evolution of insects. Here in this picture, you can visualize an example of entomological box. There are some different kinds of box and ways you can build it in different materials and sizes. Also, you can put in it all kinds of bug. Or you can separate, for example, one box just for butterflies and another one just for beetles. And what are the uses of entomological box? First, it can be used for scientific research, to study, for example, insect physical features, anatomy, and classification. Second, it can be used as a hobby. You might like to study insects or think insects are cool and pretty and wants to collect them. Third, it can be used for education, for teaching purpose in schools and universities. And fourth, it can be used for conservation, preserving biodiversity records. But how do you make entomological box? The steps are: first, collect. You can use a container to help you collect and capture the insects. Or you can use a tool named Net. It is used to capture bugs, especially the flying ones, such as butterflies and moths. You can capture live or dead insects. But about this point, there are some different opinions about it. There is a controversy between biologists, but in my point of view, you should just capture live bugs for scientific research or educational purpose. But for personal collection, just as a hobby, you should collect the dead ones. However, finding dead bugs in good condition for the conservation is a little bit hard, but it is possible. The second step is sacrifice. If you choose to capture a live bug, you need to sacrifice it. The most common way is by refrigeration. You put an insect in a closed container and put in the freezer. And after a couple of hours, the insect will be dead and ready for the next step. The next step is the mounting and pinning. Each type of insect and arachnid are mounted in a different way because they require different handling. But the most common way is using pins to attach this body, antennas, legs, head, everything on a styrofoam, but conserving the natural format. Here in this picture, you can see how they use the pins to attach this body. Another way is conserving them in a container filled with 70% alcohol. The last step is classification. Most entomological boxes have cards to identify the species and the date of the collection. To identify a species, you can use biology books. For example, in the campus library, you can find a lot of books about animals and their classification. You can also use apps to identify a species, use a photo of it. So you can take a picture of it and the app identifies it for you. Or you can try to find on Google. In the internet, you can find anything. Although I really like and have a lot of knowledge about entomological box, I haven't made my own yet. However, in the future, I intend to do so, mainly for my biology studies. In conclusion, entomological box are very important for education and research. But it can be also a cool hobby if you're interested in insects and arachnids. Did you already know about it?